spawning positions that can be closer to your Terran opponent. But anyway, this is the final game of this best of 5 in the semi-finals. Let's get into it. Spawning to the bottom left-hand corner as our blue Terran representing Team Liquid. Give it up for TaeJa. And up to the top left here as our red Zerg. The last Zerg remaining in the tournament for a long time, representing Startail. Give it up for life.
I mean, I'm getting nervous thinking about what choice is TaeJa going to make in the opening stage, what choice is Life going to make in the opening stage. It's a 3-player map. We see a drone moving out to the middle. It's likely going to be checking for proxies, but I mean, again, I feel like TaeJa should play it as ultra safe as possible.
If he does, I think he'd be sitting pretty.
He's going for an early expand. He's going to get scouted first.
This drone.
Oh my God.
So lucky. Well,
this is the edge that as a Zerg player on this map, such an impossibly difficult map to play on in this matchup unless you are of Life's caliber. This is exactly what he wants. Life has already taken his own expansion.
Fight.
All right, well, the map is called Merry-Go-Round, so.
I feel we need the Benny Hill from the theme tune.
Yeah.
Oh. 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 Oh!
That's actually a very, very nice move from TaeJa.
Yeah.
And I think an equally intelligently safe play, putting that command center up on the top spot.
Yeah, definitely. There's extra drone moving out here. So it looks like he might have to claim a third base very, very fast off the back of this. After seeing the fact that it's command center first, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you are ever scouting your opponent early, you have to know what you're looking for and what big move you're going to make based on what you see. And seeing an early expand, boom, take that third base. It's hard to secure. You have a window of safety early on. Let's just leverage that. And, you know, I'm not seeing any gas geysers from TaeJa either, Calaris.
Yeah. So overall, I mean, there's really not a whole lot he can do to actually put on any pressure here at all. Do you think he just eventually kind of sniffs this out and even goes for another command center himself?
I mean, that appears to be the case. It looks like both players are going to play no rush 15.
That's fine by me in the last map here. That is totally fine by me. But overall, if it does go to that stage, I have to give an advantage to TaeJa. I think that his ability throughout that mid-game, pushing on, is so powerful.
Here's what I'm expecting. If I'm Life, I'm going to start having those overlords tease their way around the edge to see if the gas geysers are going down. I'm going to try to poke in there, and if I see that those geysers are late, and I can detect that maybe there's going to be a third command center, that means that Roach, Ling, Baneling all-ins that strike around 7 to 8 minutes can win, I mean, so easily.
And here's the thing. This, for TaeJa, is potentially the last TVZ ever, if he's like sticking to his word and actually like gonna retire after this turn. He brings out in this game arguably the best build he has ever played in this matchup, because it means everything. He's not got a Zerg in the final if he was to go there. It's a Terran. So TaeJa here, what we're about to see in this game, it is the build, the absolute ultimate build from TaeJa for him.
TaeJa is admitting what he thinks his greatest strengths are in this game. And it is when the game goes long. It is when the tough decisions come up of how to position that bio, the tough control, the ability to shut down Zerg, tech switch, and expansion again and again. Everything is on the line right now for both of these players. Life, getting the fast Zergling speed, continuing to get additional queens. Queens are his safety mechanism in the early game.
And overall, from Life's point of things, it's not like he got a bad opener himself as well. I mean, that drone, it scouted out. It got these 3 expansions down pretty nicely. And overall, he's going to have a good drone count.
This is a big moment. This is a big moment. If he can get in there, if he can detect, that's it. Well, the factory's late. You know what you're up against right now is Life. And what is his choice going to be? Does he add extra queens to try to prepare to be up against Banshees? Is he gonna get extra geysers to try to do a big push before? Well, there's one. If he goes up to 3, this is when things begin to get dangerous.
Yeah, there's a lot of drones in there in the production tab, though, there for Life. He knows that they extend, you know, insanely greedy from TaeJa to just propel himself forwards towards the mid-game, etc.
Okay, there's 2 evolution chambers going down. If I'm TaeJa, I'm going to say, please, please be going late game. Please, 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 please be going late game. I mean, as much as you devote yourself to being a professional, to focusing on the gameplay, trying to think strategically, every player has that moment where they're going, please, please don't be doing that all in that I can't stop, because there's a couple that killed TaeJa outright.
And that Ling actually spotted that command center flying over to the 3rd base as well. So overall during this, with the Tech Lab whirring away on this barracks here too, he has a good indication of what TaeJa's going to be doing throughout this game. So Life likewise has ample time to prepare. He's got a lot of Zerglings with that Baneling Nest on the way.
Oh my God, there's the layer, but there's what, 40 Lings total that are going to be coming out?
A lot of Lings.
That's a significant amount. The creep spread is very good, but again, start to look at that mini-map. Life has basically one choice for a 4th. It is that northern expansion. This is about as good of a position as he could have hoped to be in.
Where are the Queens going? This is quite far out. He's going to, actually, now that I think about it, with all the Lings on the way, he's opening up a lot of supply. He's actually going to use these Queens in the assault to push away the 3rd base because of how the spawning positions have worked here.
A push with Queens against the Hellions. They have enough energy to transfuse. The Zerglings caught off guard. Oh no, TaeJa, stay focused, TaeJa. He gets 2 of them surrounded. A critical mistake. We're seeing the Viking land. That Viking not going to be built for harassment. A perfect surround.
All the Hellions going down. That's a big, big deal. There's a lot more Lings on the way as well. TaeJa losing a lot of units. He's having to sacrifice the 3rd base. He can't hold that position.
Life thinks the opportunity is now. 8 Banelings morphing, the Queens heading home. More Zerglings in production.
How many units does TaeJa even have at this point?
He's gonna have to restart Hellion
4
production.
Marines, 2 Hellions? That's a lot of Banelings. That's a lot of Banelings with a few more Zerglings on the way. He's going to break down this wall. Life is going for a big, big attack here, trying to push on through. There's a few more Marines out, so they should be able to hold on for a little bit. There's still no extra bunkers here. Look at all those Banelings. Oh no!
Oh no! The Banelings marching forward. Connection reigns supreme. Cutting down half the worker supply of TaeJa. He's down to just 25 workers. His natural expansion is in shambles. Zerglings continuing to rally forward. Life may have just secured himself a ticket to the grand finals.
This could be it. This could be it. All he has to do is bring more Zerglings forward. But those medevacs overall holding on with those Lings. He can easily just make more Banelings behind all of this if he wanted to. He needs to move back. He needs to get into a spot where he's safe to be able to morph those in. But overall, these Marines have extended out far. The medevacs should be able to get them out in the end.
I mean, right now, TaeJa is trying to look for every opportunity that he can to apply pressure, even when he is on the extreme back foot. He's found the angle he needs, but at the cost of yet more workers. 23 to 66. Creep being dropped at the expansion, and Queens will soon enough be laying creep tumors. This is a clinic of how to play close position Terran versus Zerg from Life.
Life is all over him. He may lose these Queens in the end, but he's blocked this expansion for a little while during it. Extra Lings are on the way. He still has 65 workers against 21. He could just continue on the pressure with this. He's still transitioning onto 2-2 as well as Spire. Life is playing game number 5 out absolutely fantastically.
But there's one hidden edge in the mix of all of that. We see Life didn't get his Spire down. It isn't even done yet. Medevacs can apply a lot of pressure. Life has to keep producing Zerglings. He has to keep countering.
Yeah, and there's a few more Banelings on the way. So as he's making those Banelings to go for the attacks himself, he is cutting into the eventual Mutalisk production. But overall, look at where the creep spread is. He's going to just constantly power down this location. And on the right-hand side, trying to push forward. He doesn't have any Banelings with this force. He's morphing in a few, I think. And if he can break down that wall, get in there with the flood of Zerglings, maybe he can do even more. But he's going to go for the wraparound.
TaeJa is doing his best to find weakened, vulnerable units and to pick them off. That supply depot needs to lift up.
Gets in! That's a lot of Lings here to be able to try and deal with this. He dropped some of the units on the Banelings, but they didn't get all of them as the Banelings move forward to get even more SCVs during this. Life trying to do so much, but TaeJa retaining as many units as he possibly can given the situation.
I mean, Life is 50 supply ahead, and 40 of that is in workers. So TaeJa is even behind an army.
here comes 2-2 as well. He needs to repair that command center. The Ling's going to try and flood forwards again. He is relentless. He is not letting TaeJa breathe during this. It's still 65 workers against 28, and 2-2 just completed for the Zerg.
Lings and Banelings and Queens looking terrifying. TaeJa manages to catch this off guard. We'll get a couple of fortunate pickups, but the Mutalisks are out. The Mutalisks are sprinting towards the main base. Is there anything to defend? Oh my God. Workers are falling all game long. A single medevac heads to the natural expansion of life.
This has to do big damage. This kid needs to keep him in things, because right now TaeJa is staring down the barrel of a gun. That gun is loaded. Life is pointing it right at him. He's going to be able to clean this up, push this away. But still, look at this. Look how desperate he is. He has to walk so far on creep with this army. He is so desperate at this point.
TaeJa cannot land his expansion. He cannot.
He's going to get crushed. Oh, well, in the middle, well, they could chase for a little bit there, but obviously in the end he has to clean this up as well at the back.
The medevac in the main is managing to deal damage. I mean, TaeJa is trying to claw his way back in. He is still down 40 supply, but always bear in mind, that is all workers right now. Life needs to climb up the 50-60 to actually have an edge in army, and any army supply that is above a small amount, TaeJa can micro to make it work.
He just can't drop scans. He needs all the mules he can get behind this, but here comes Life with a big force, trying to get the wraparound ball on all of these Marines. He's not even having the opportunity to pick too many of them up. GG!